Damn it. Trying to set up shop. I got the gym. Just getting some cardio in. I'm trying to set my phone up. It's been a while since I went live from the gym, so trying to see if we can get some people to join. What's up? Who we got in the chat? Who we got in the chat? It's just me and you right now. But that's cool. What up? What up? Don't be a stranger. Who we got in the chat? Oh, it's Verse. What up? I'm going live tomorrow from the studio. I got a new track. Well, no, hold on. Actually, no. I'm not recording that track. I'm not recording it yet. I mean, I guess I could record the track. I just can't release it because I didn't pay for it yet. But I got some new beats from B is the Future with two E's. It's BEE is the Future, all one word. Producer. He's a rapper too, but he's a producer that I met on Twitter a couple years ago. I interviewed him last year, and we reconnected recently. And he sent me two beats. He sent me. Actually, I bought a beat from him. I bought the Weatherman beat, and then he gave me another beat that ended up being 1121. So. Working with B is the Future. I got some new tracks from him. Actually, I gave him an assignment. Oh shit, 17 people. Whoa. What's up? What we got in the chat? What we got up in here? I'm in the gym doing some cardio. I'm like 5 minutes in. Got like 55 more minutes to go. Damn, that's crazy. It was 17 people in here. What the hell? There it is. And now you can see, you know what I mean? You can see from my POV. I'm up here in the cardio room. What's up? Don't be shy, man. What's up? What we got in there? We got 16 people in here. You know what I mean? It's been a while since I went live, especially from the gym. So just wanted to see what's going on, man. Give me some ideas. Give me some topics. I know I was just talking to Verse about a track that I might record the track tomorrow. I might record it just to get it done, because I'm only paying a couple dollars for the beat. It's not a very expensive beat, but B is the Future. I did some work with him. The producer is B is the Future. BEEISFUTURE. B is the Future. So I might have left out the THE. Yeah, I left out the THE. But I did a couple tracks with B is the Future. I gotta text him and ask him where he's from, because I think he lives on the West Coast, but he's originally from the South. He might be from like Atlanta or some shit, and then he made his way out to California. But anyway, I did a couple tracks with him. One of those tracks is The Weatherman. What's up? What's up? Where you from? Where you at? What part of the world are you in right now? I'm just at the gym doing my thing, man. Doing some cardio, man. I'm gonna do some cardio in this room and then go into the next room, do some more cardio, and then I'll swim, and then, you know, hit the showers and get the fuck up out of there. Appreciate you for coming by though. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Oh, who we got? Who is that? We got a language barrier, man. I can't translate that. But I appreciate you for stopping by, man. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. I'm going live from the gym. This is my first time streaming from the gym in probably a couple of months. So that's my bad. But I'm at the gym. Let me go ahead. Maybe you can't see it. I'm in the cardio room. See, that's me. Live and in the flesh. And I'm just pedaling, man. Sitting here pedaling. I started working on, I basically started working on a script for a Lil Durk video. Everybody's talking about, I've been out the scene, mixed a few songs. Mixed a few songs. You mixed a few new songs, or these older tracks. Yeah, I started working on a script, or at least taking notes, doing research for a Lil Durk video. Cause obviously that shit got it's got YouTube and the internet as a whole, but that shit's got the internet. It's got the internet in a frenzy right now. I didn't know Durk got the keys to the village. Durk didn't get the keys to a city. He got the key to a village, a suburban village. What's up? What's up? Who we got? I appreciate you. Hit the like button. Let's push this video, man. Get this video out to the world. Still trying to grow the channel, as always. I'm gonna get back to my point about Lil Durk, but I'm just talking to people as they come in, as they join. Yeah, still trying to get the channel to grow, obviously. Getting close to 1,800. So that'll be like the next milestone. I'm like 19 subs away from 1,800. And then the last time I went live from the studio, I explained that I had been playing myself with my uploads. I wasted a lot of valuable time, but like 99% of the videos on my channel were like 1080p. And then I learned that YouTube ranks 4K, 2K and 4K, but YouTube ranks HD videos higher than standard videos. So I basically went through like all 300 videos on the channel and started to re-upload them in 4K, 2K and 4K, to try to, you know what I mean, basically make up for all that ground that I gave up. Because I've had videos that did 11,000, 13,000, and you know what I mean, numbers like that. And when I look at it, I'm like, damn, dude, if that same video had been uploaded in 4K, instead of it being 11,000, it might have been 100,000. It might have been, you know, Lil Durk crashed out over rap beef. Rap beef? That's what everybody's gonna say. And it is true in a sense, but I spent I just got off work, right? I work thirds, so now I'm training in the day, working at night. But anyway, when you really look into chain of events, like in chronological order, because that's the easiest way to tell the story or to like wrap your brain around the story. If Von doesn't start fucking around with young boy's baby mom, then Little Tim never shoots Von. That's, in a weird way, that's how that shit came about. It all started with young boy's baby mom, you know, to whatever capacity fucking around with Von. So Von gets killed by Little Tim because originally Von and Rondo were cool. Like there's videos of them online, like they were cool. But anyway, Von and young boy have an issue. Reese speaks on Rondo. So Reese is affiliated with Von and Rondo was affiliated with young boy. So Reese makes a threat. Rondo responds to the threat. So now it's up, right? They don't fuck with each other anymore, right? Von, we all saw it on video, right? Von runs into Rondo. They start fighting, they start scuffling. Tim shoots Von, he kills Von, right? He bleeds out. After that, that's when Dirk decided to put the money on Rondo. I don't know if he just couldn't get to Tim or if he wanted to get the Rondo to, like, I don't know if he felt like he was killing the head of the snake or some shit, but when you really think about the shit logically, it's like Tim is the one who shot Von. It was Little Tim that shot him. And then Rondo was really defending himself. Like Von started the altercation with Rondo, right? And then ultimately the nigga that got killed, like Pop, you know, the dude that got killed was really like a complete innocent bystander for real. Like, if you were trying to kill somebody, I mean, I don't want to say you should have killed him, but I'm saying that if we talking about murder, man, if the intent was for you to kill somebody, why would you not kill the shooter? You know what I mean? Like, you put money on the head of somebody that wasn't even the shooter, so why did you do that? Other than trying to set an example, like, I'm gonna take out the head of the snake and then, you know what I mean, the body will die. Like, that sort of philosophy. But what it really boils down to is a woman. Like, that's what it boils down to. Like, that's really what it's all about. Like, Rondo and Dirk didn't even have any direct interaction with each other. You know what I mean? Like, I did hours and hours of research last night getting ready for this video. And the more I looked into it, because I kept trying to figure out, like, all right, well, we know that it was a murder for hire plot. And that's what he's looking at a life sentence for a murder for hire plot. So why did he do it, right? That's like that's the question. So I started digging and it's like, oh, well, yeah, I came up with nothing as far as direct interaction between Dirk and Rondo. There was really no direct interaction between Dirk and Rondo. You know what I mean? That Von shit was like his own thing. But because everybody's affiliated, it's like, okay, like I said, Reese, Von, and Dirk are basically in the same camp. And then you got Young Boy and Rondo in a different camp. But at one point, everybody was on good terms. But again, like, people are gonna frame it. People are gonna frame however they want to frame it, but when you really look into the shit, like, that's what it boils down to. It boils down to her name's Janea. It boils down to Von fucking around with Janaea. I don't know if they even had. I don't know if they even had like a relationship of any kind. It ain't. It's not hard to imagine it, but I don't know if that's what happened. But you know, she says they just made music and didn't do anything. But you know, those are just words. It don't really mean much. All these drill rappers beefing, but not putting it on wax. That's why they bars. Yeah. I mean it. I don't know, man. It's that's always been the way it. That's always been the way it is. Like that's always been the way. It feels like I'm saying that wrong, but there's always gonna be a separation between like rapidy rappers, like lyricists. There's gonna be a separation between like rapidy rappers and then street rappers. So if we just talking about like it, I'm getting ready to drop a video essay about it. I'm not gonna. It's only musical because these are professional recording artists. Like they're under contract. That's what makes it music. But it's street shit. Like the world knows who these people are because they're artists. They're recording artists. But whether you make music or whether you drive trucks, like this ain't really a musical issue at all. Like it's about a woman. Like that's what it's about. It's about a woman. The situation with Gotti and Dolph. Again, like you know who Gotti is and you know who Dolph was because they're recording artists, but the actual issue has nothing to do with music for real. It's not, you know what I mean? So I try to separate the two. Because when you start talking about when you start talking about bodies and putting in work, it's like don't nobody really want to hear about no rap shit. Like, well, who's the better rapper? Who's the more, like this is like real shit. So like, rap really ain't. It's not really important at all when it comes to this sort of topic. Dudes beefing over women stuff is crazy. Dudes got to do better. Yeah. I mean, but that's just natural, man. It's just natural, man. Again, we only know who these people are because they sold records, you know what I mean? Because they're streaming. We know who these people are because of the publicity and the advertising dollars, but even if they didn't make music, like men fighting over women, like, you know what I mean? Like that's not a rap thing. That's just a human nature thing. You know what I mean? Again, I keep reiterating, it's like we know who these motherfuckers are because they make music, because they're famous. But even if they were just local jokers, if they were local jokers, you know what I mean? You ever seen that movie Troy with Brad Pitt? Or did you learn in school the story of like Helen of Troy? You know what I mean? Like nations going to war with each other over a woman, over a woman. I tell you what, I take it a step further. If you're a Christian, right, and you believe in creation theory and all of that shit, you believe in like the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve, the fall of man, if you're a Christian, right, you believe that like the fall of man was because of a woman, right? Because Eve ate the forbidden fruit, all of that shit. So, whether you believe in that or not, like just the point is like all of these issues, the common thread for that shit is just a woman. DJ Clark Kent passed on, reminds me of Jay Dilla. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm real familiar with Clark Kent. Like, I mean, I've heard his name and I've seen his face, just being a fan of rap, but I can't sit here and name a Clark Kent track. I know they exist. Like I know he produced for some high profile artists, but because Clark Kent, I mean, we talking about like Jay-Z's generation, so that's 10, 15, 20 years, you know. I think Clark Kent was like 58. I mean, so I'm not that familiar. I'm aware that Clark Kent died, but it's not something that I'm gonna talk about because it wouldn't be real. It's like Fat Man Scoop. It's like I was aware of who Fat Man Scoop was, but I can't pretend to be a fan because I wasn't. Like on Twitter, there was this track. It was a Rakim track from an album. I think Rakim. I'm trying to remember what the name of the album was, man, because I can't even. Because you know, by the time we got to like the late '90s, early 2000s, Rakim wasn't. He just wasn't relevant anymore. So I remember hearing the song and I remember seeing the video back in the day, but long story short, that track was a Clark Kent track, and I didn't even know it was a Clark Kent track. The most I heard about Clark Kent was, I think, like Jay-Z stories. Like, I can't say that I've even watched a Clark Kent interview. I don't think I've ever even watched a Clark Kent interview. I don't know how many interviews he did over the years. I don't know if he was, you know, some people are hermits. Some entertainers, they're hermits. And then on top of that, like, he was really like a DJ and a producer. And DJs and producers, they're not front and center. They're normally not as visible as a rapper. So there's a certain generation, obviously, that holds Clark Kent, you know, to a certain, you know, whatever. But for most people, like in their like 20s and 30s, like they're not even gonna know who Clark Kent was. They're not. And I'm not really saying that to say anything about the importance of his like contribution to hip hop or some shit like that. It's just the fact is, you know what I'm saying? Like there's always a generation gap. If your music, if you don't transcend, like there's only a few artists that really transcend that generation gap. You know, relatively speaking, like you think about how many artists in the world have a recording contract. And you think about whatever that number is, you know, whether it's millions of artists. Let's say there's millions of artists that are under contract. Hip hop artists, millions of hip hop artists worldwide. And then of those millions, think about how many were able to maintain relevance for like multiple decades. Like, ask yourself, like, how many artists can you think of that were relevant longer than like 10 years? There's not a lot. There's not a lot. You might be able to like, you might be able to hold on to your wealth. Like, you might be able to hold on to like your earnings, but as far as being relevant, you know what I mean? Like Nelly comes to mind. Right, like Nelly appears to still be successful. Like I don't think Nelly's broke or anything like that. But is he like relevant to modern day hip hop culture? Like no, he's not. He's not. But then you think about somebody like Nas, like and what he did with Hit Boy, with the King's Disease series and the Magic series and some of the collaborations he did, you know what I mean? Like Nas is in his early 50s, but he's still relevant because he kept making relevant music. But how many Nas's are there? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't name a whole lot of people. You can't put a whole lot of people on the same tier with Nas. Um, People still care about like a Jay-Z verse. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if Jay-Z's ever gonna record another full-length album, but if Jay-Z steps out, if Jay-Z hops out or pops out for a feature, it would still matter. You know what I mean? Like people would still talk about it. It would still, you know, it would still make the news on social media. Basically, people will make YouTube videos about it. You know, it will be all over Twitter. But that's not true for most artists that are in that same age bracket with like Jay-Z, Nas, and Clark Kent. You know what I mean? Most of those guys in their early 50s, mid 50s, late 50s. What up? Who else we got in here? Leave a like. Leave a like while you're here. I still got like another half an hour to go, man. Shit. 29 minutes and some change. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me though, man. It's been a while since I went live. I gotta stop having these long ass breaks in between live streams. It's not good for the channel, but it is what it is. I don't like going live from just any location. Like to me, if it's not like an interesting location, I don't really want to go live from the couch, but I know a lot of people do that shit. I tell you what though, since you said Clark Kent reminds you of Jay Dilla, I'll probably go on YouTube and look for some Clark Kent instrumentals and be surprised, like, oh shit, I didn't know Clark Kent produced that. I didn't know he produced this. I didn't know he produced that one, this one, that one, the other one. But if you ask me to name a track produced by Clark Kent, like right now, I couldn't name a Clark Kent track to save my life. Like my life was on the line. Like my life was like staring down the barrel. I wouldn't be able to name a Clark Kent track. But if I went searching for one, I'm sure I'd be like, oh damn, I heard that before. Like I know what that is. I know what that is. Worked on a few songs, doing a feature with an upcoming artist. You did. You worked on a few songs. When you say you worked on a few songs, you're saying like you just wrote and recorded, or break it down for me. When you say you worked on a few songs, who's the artist? Who's the upcoming artist you're doing a feature with? Where'd you meet him? You meet everybody online? Have you ever worked with anybody locally? Anybody in the same city? Show you what I got going on. Look at that. Still got 27 minutes to go. That's crazy, right? I don't know if I'll stay live the whole time. Like I'm so tempted to stay live because anytime I can, rack up if I can run up the watch time, I'll do it. But normally when I'm sitting here doing cardio, I'm not really listening to music. I'm usually watching an interview or a podcast, some sort of like random deep dive. But I just wanted to see how many people I could get to join and see if anybody has something interesting to talk about. But right now, I'm still in the driver's seat as far as the discussion goes. Again, this Dirk shit, like I checked out a little bit of I checked out some of Academics content, like his reactions. Um, he was, I don't know, like I don't have any, I'm not a Dirk fan. Like I listened to a Dirk album last summer. Like last summer. It might still be saved. I might have it saved. I might have it saved, like the playlist, but I'm not a Dirk fan. I can't even really name any Dirk songs. But that says more about me and less about Dirk, right? Like obviously Dirk is famous and relevant, but I was never a Dirk fan. But I did check out one of his albums last summer. And it had at least a couple of joints on it. I mean, like the street rappers, the drill rappers, like normally you gonna find some good production, but you know what I mean, that's based on like whoever the listener is. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't like up tempo, if you don't like that up tempo style of production, then it's just you're not gonna vibe with it. But I like trap production, I like drill production, so you're bound to find a couple of songs that got like a dope beat, a dope, like the drum arrangement is dope or the drum pattern is dope, and you got like a catchy chorus or something like that. But this, I don't really feel anything. You know what I mean? Like I'm completely, I guess, agnostic about it. Like I don't have, I'm not really affected by it. It's just crazy for me. What I find crazy is, and it's really a rhetorical question, because you know what it is, man. It's really the culture. It's the culture. I mean, we all come from that. Well, I ain't gonna say we all do, but I know me and the people I grew up with, we come from that culture where you gotta retaliate. You gotta retaliate. The best thing you can do is not be so knee deep in the shit that you gotta retaliate to that extent. What I mean is retaliating with an altercation, a physical altercation versus like gunplay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never had to retaliate with gunplay. My retaliations have always been like just a physical retaliation, like just a fist fight. But you got to keep a gun and be prepared for gunplay. You know what I mean? Like even if that's not really who you are by nature. What up, fool? Even if that's not who you are by nature, you still gotta. If you're gonna be moving around in society, man, like you gotta be responsible. I look at it like a responsibility. Like you need to protect yourself. You need to arm yourself. After gunplay, it's like, I mean, if you do turn back, you end up like Rondo, where you're kind of like excommunicated out of hip hop and out of gang culture. Because that's the thing. If you don't come in the door with the flag, then the expectations are different. You know what I mean? Like you can't come in with your flag, man, and then decide to drop it when shit get real. Like you can't do it. Like you can't do it. You know what I mean? Like you can't go to a dance and then not expect to be asked to dance. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, you had a dance, so you better be ready to dance. You can't be. What up, fool? Like, that sound outrageous. Live streaming and shit. But yeah, that sound outrageous. Like, nigga, all right, I'm in a gang, and then as soon as somebody gets shot, I ain't in the gang no more. That's... I ain't trying to laugh because it's not a funny situation, but it's like, what the fuck? And then that video went viral when he was crying and shit, like, oh, no, no. It's like, nigga, that's what you signed up for. Shit, you in a gang, right? Like, you a crip, right? All right, well, shit. They slid, nigga, slide back, shit. So to make a public service announcement like, I'm no longer in the gang, it's like, oh, this motherfucker crazy. Like, Gully TV was talking about that shit. He like, man, you think this motherfucker is on your... The niggas that's on your neck, do you think they give a fuck about you saying you ain't banging no more? They like, hell no, nigga, we on your ass. Bro, you ain't even got to come in the door with that type of... I mean, I get it, you know what I'm saying? Because we all come from them type of neighborhoods and shit, but if you just keeping on some hip hop shit, you ain't got to deal with none of that. You ain't got to deal with none of that. Like, just... be Busta Rhymes, you know what I'm saying? Be Ludacris, be JID, like be one of them type niggas. Just be like a rapper. Like don't connect the street shit to it, and you ain't got to deal with the street shit. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. Like just rap, just rap. You know what I'm saying? Be like a Lupe Fiasco type rapper. Just rap. Be lyrical. Do all that lyrical miracle shit. But when you start making it some street shit, you got to understand what's gonna come with it. These motherfuckers talk crazy and they don't move the right way. Like a lot of these little niggas, they idolize 50, but they don't move the way 50 was moving. Like, man, 50 was moving bulletproof truck, security, bulletproof vest. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be talking the way he was talking, you gotta move like that. You know what I mean? You can't be just talking crazy and beefing with people and then you out here riding around like in a rented sedan and shit with no vest, no gun, no nothing. Like, Verse, you said, I just rap it. Verse, I know you ain't no street nigga, man. I know. Yeah, you ain't gotta worry about it. What up? Who else we got in here, man? Ain't nobody else talking, man. Appreciate y'all for watching, but you can jump in at any time. I said I think I already got pretty much a script for the video, and then I'll probably record it, because like recording the video is not really the problem. It's all of the editing, like just going back and cutting. But the video will definitely be done today because it's still early as fuck. It's 10 a.m. So the video will probably be done. It'll be done like this afternoon. It'll be done. Because you almost gotta dumb yourself down when you make a video, or you gotta like step outside of your own point of view. If you spend a lot of time if you listen to a certain type of music and you spend a whole lot of time on YouTube, then like you're aware of everything that's happening. So when you make a video like, oh, well, what happened to Lil Durk? You can feel kind of stupid because it's like, well, shit, everybody else can just Google it and see what happened. But when you make the video, you got to make it like you're assuming that you're explaining some shit that people don't know. You know what I mean? And then when I'm doing research on that shit, I don't want to just give you like the Wikipedia results. I want to figure out, okay, well, what is my point of view? Like, I don't want to just tell you what happened to Durk. I want to give you my point of view. And my point of view is just like, you got to think about everything that happened. His brother got killed in 2015. No, excuse me. His cousin got killed in 2015. His brother got killed in like 2022. And then Von got killed. So between all of that, and then you know where he come from, the culture, you know what I'm saying? Like that Chirac shit. So in his mind, it's like, man, I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just let this motherfucker kill my man. I gotta do something. You know what I mean? Even if I don't do it personally. But he probably had a better chance of getting away with it if he did it personally. The way they did it they booked the flights to LA using his credit cards. The most retarded shit in the world. They used his credit cards to book the flights to LA. And then they did it in broad daylight. So it's like, they did that shit completely wrong. You know what I mean? They did it completely wrong. I'm not saying that that sounds crazy to say, like there's a right way to kill somebody, but I mean, there is, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a right way. There's a right way to kill somebody, and the way they did it was completely wrong. That's not how you want to do it. You do not want to create a paper trail when you're getting ready to kill somebody. You don't want there to be a paper trail at all. And you don't want it. I mean, not only was there a paper trail, there's surveillance footage, and then there's self-snitching. Because because Dirk is what? He's a rapper. So in between Von getting killed and him putting the money on Rondo, he was rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like Dirk was rapping. He was rapping and he was talking about it. Like he was openly talking about the fact that he had money on Rondo's head before the shooting ever happened. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's not how you want to do it. Like, you want to be as low key as possible. And you want to catch somebody somewhere where it's not high profile. Like, obviously, these are rappers. And they're constantly moving around and doing walkthroughs. And, like, you kind of want to catch a motherfucker at a club date. Not like a huge show, like a tour, but like a small club date. Like, oh, I know so-and-so is going to be at this strip club. Okay, it's a strip club, so you already not going to have great security. You're not going to have like a whole lot of cameras. It's a strip club, so obviously it's going to happen at night. You know what I'm saying? When he decides to do the walkthrough or to make the appearance, it's going to be an appearance at night. So it's going to be late at night. It's going to be dark. It's going to be lots of people. It's going to be real easy to blend in with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just, if you're going to do some shit like that, there's a better way to do it than to catch a flight to another state, another city, go get a rental car. You know what I mean? Like, it's broad daylight, there's cameras, like just, that's not how you want to do it. I did a local collab with the Crazy Act and doing a collab with Endeavor Hip Hop. Already written and rehearsed my verse. His name is Endeavor Hip Hop. Endeavor. He's on YouTube, right? How does he got a big following or a small following or somewhere in the middle? Another reason why I'm doing the video is because, like, obviously I want to get the views and shit, but it'll give me a chance to promote the mix. Because I officially dropped the mixtape like 10 days ago. Small following, but really lyrical. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I officially dropped the tape like 10, 11 days ago. I got a playlist. I got a public playlist up on the channel. So when I make this video, and then I got to start doing videos. I got to start dropping videos maybe twice a week. That's got to be my focus moving forward. Doing one video a week or one video every 2 weeks is not enough. Lately, I've been doing a bunch of re-uploads, just trying to get those views that I left on the table, or left on the floor, I guess. But because there's different things I do want to talk about. Like, I didn't even get around to making a video about Deshaun Watson. And that's local. Like, I'm in Ohio right now. You know what I mean? And he obviously was starting quarterback for the Browns, the Cleveland Browns. I'm right down the street, basically, in Akron. But I didn't make a video about Deshaun Watson. I didn't make a video about Bronny James making his debut. I didn't make a video about Klay Thompson making his debut in Dallas. I didn't make, you know what I mean? So there's different. I want to make sure that I didn't make a video. I haven't made any videos about bodybuilding. I've recorded videos of me bodybuilding, me working out. But as far as me talking about like modern day bodybuilding, like the competitions, the Mr. Olympia, I haven't done any videos about those. Samson Dauda, I think his name is Samson Dauda. There's a new Mr. Olympia, and I didn't make a video about him at all. So I got to get better about covering different topics. Like I want to cover, start covering UFC. Like, Francis Ngannou, he just won. He just won a couple of days ago. He just won. So I want to get better about not just covering like basketball and football, but I want to, cover basketball, football, UFC, boxing, and bodybuilding, because that's really what I'm into. I'm into football, I'm into basketball, I'm into boxing, I'm into bodybuilding, and then like combat sports, boxing, mixed martial arts. So I got to get better at that. And there's no excuse, because some days I'm not really doing shit for real. So even I can be lazy at times. Yeah. That's what's up, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, tap back in. I'm pretty sure I'm going live again tomorrow. I think I'm going to go live from the studio tomorrow. See if we can get some more people in here, man. It's been a steady stream of people, but nobody's really talking. Let me show y'all what I'm doing. I'm in the cardio room. I got like 9 more minutes. I did an hour on the elliptical. You know what I mean? And that's just to warm it up. That's not even my whole workout. You feel me? Man, the guy I was talking to, Verse, his name is Perverse, but I call him Verse. But Verse is my moderator, the only moderator I got. And he's an artist from Texas. Might be Dallas. I think he's in Dallas, Texas. But normally when I go live from the studio, I'm promoting my music first and foremost, but then I'm opening up the floor to anybody else, opening up the platform, I guess is a better way to say it, to anybody else. So if you got music, you can put the title of your song or your project in the chat, and then, I'll look for it, pull it up, play it, and we can talk about it. Or you can always email music to only_wirelesstv@hotmail.com and send that music over. You got beats, send your beats. If you're an R&B artist, if you're a drill rapper, if you're really, man, if you do rock music, like, I just want to hear good music that I like, and I want to keep attracting people. But that's the next big thing that I got going on as far as the channel goes. I'm making this video about Lil Durk. I did all my research. I got like 4 or 5 pages of notes that I took, because I wanted to get to the bottom of like why exactly did Durk. I mean, it's more, that's easier to understand. Like, okay, well, Von was his man and his artist. He gets killed, so you get, you retaliate for him. That makes sense. but I didn't even. It's been what, like 2-3 years since Von got killed, and I never knew what the whole genesis of the beef between him and Rondo. I'm not even really familiar with Rondo for real. Like I'm not really familiar with the guy's music, but um, I didn't even know why they had beef. I was completely clueless about that shit. You know what I mean? So I learned. I wrote it down in my notes. I said the path to Rondo versus Dirk, like the path to get to there, to get to that destination. Like what? How did we get here? The journey, man. That shit is like a Hot Wheels racetrack because it makes no sense. It's like, well, why did Von put money on Rondo's head? Like, why did he do that? Like, why the fuck would he? When excuse me, why did Dirk put money on Rondo's head when they didn't even have any like direct interaction with each other? Like, what the fuck was that about? So I had to. I mean, the research is easy, man. Like, all you really got to do is just pull up a Trap Lord Ross video. You know what I'm saying? And record some screen recordings, or it's not hard. Like making these YouTube videos, it's not hard. You just got to have the vision for it. You got to be able to see the finished product before you produce it. And then just have a sense of direction, like understand what story do you want to tell. Again, when I make these videos, I don't want to just kind of read off points that I got from Wikipedia or Google. I want to kind of insert myself into it. And the thing that was most fascinating to me is just like, damn, bro. Like Dirk's already successful. It's not like he was on the verge of blowing up. He already blew up. But it's just, again, it's something else I put in my notes. When you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, it never works. Or it hardly ever works. Just having 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's like, damn, bro, you just got the key to the village. I think Dirk dropped a video like 3 weeks ago. It's called Monitor. It's called Monitoring Me. He dropped a video 3 weeks ago called Monitoring Me. And that video has like 3.2 million views from Dirk's channel. So it's just crazy, man. That's just not. I know, man, when y'all see the video, dog, the video I'm making about Dirk, it starts out with that clip of Wallow talking to Dirk and his people. And he gets emotional, he starts crying. But I put, again, this is something, all of this is in my notes. Like, you're going to hear it all. You're going to hear it all when I record it. But it's like, man, all those words, all of that passion, all of that pain, all of that hurt, that shit went in one ear and right out the other. You know what I mean? Wallow told him, he's like, man, I had to forgive my brother's killer. I had to let that shit go. I had to let it go. Because if I didn't let it go, I wouldn't be here for my niece and my nephews. You know what I mean? And that's some real shit. And I'm not going to call Dirk stupid. I'm not going to call him stupid, man. Because I can't say the way the shit was carried out was stupid. The way it was carried out was very stupid. But I can't say him wanting to get some get back was stupid. I can't say it was stupid because anybody in his position would want some get back. It's just, how do you go about doing it? You know what I mean? Or first things first, it's not so much about whether or not you act on them impulses. I'm just saying it's natural for a motherfucker to have those impulses given what happened. You know what I'm saying? If somebody close to you gets killed, naturally you're angry, you're upset about the shit. So, and that's not even like a rap thing. That's not a black thing. That's not like some street shit. That's just anybody. If somebody close to you gets murdered, you will have some motherfucking bloodlust. You know what I'm saying? Like you will want some get back. But it's like if you can't do it, if you can't do it right, don't even do it. Because look at what you risk. You know what I'm saying? Like you risk a life sentence. You know what I mean? It's like Dirk's looking at a life sentence right now. That's crazy. Saying that out loud is crazy. I'm almost done. I got a little more than a minute left. What's up? What we got in the chat? I know it's not Verse. He just got out of here. Who else we got in here? Leave a like while you're here. And subscribe to the channel. You know, if this is your first time here, the channel is basically just me. Or it's my lifestyle, it's my interests, my hobbies. So it's music, it's entertainment as a whole, but specifically it's music, hip-hop music. But I want to branch out into different, because I'm not just into hip-hop music, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the R&B music. I'm in the rock music, alternative music. I want to put more emphasis on producers too. Like I want to meet more producers. I want to interview more producers. And then there's sports and fitness. It's the same thing. Like I talk about sports. Like I have videos on the channel about Mike Vick. I got videos about Dame Lillard. I got videos about Austin Reeves. So I talk about sports because sports and fitness go hand in hand. I talk about music because personally I make music, and obviously I'm a fan of music. And then I'm an artist. I'm a cartoonist. I do like comic book art, and I do portraits too. And art and movies go hand in hand. Like art and film, they go hand in hand. So I talk about movies. But overall, it's an entertainment channel, and I want to grow into this branch out into talking more about like I've never done a video about boxing. I've never done a video about UFC or the UFC. I've never done a video about the Olympics. I've never done a video about the WNBA. The whole WNBA season went by, and I didn't make one video about it. Not one. You know what I mean? So that's shitty on my part. So I got to branch out. I got to keep going. I didn't post any reactions to Alien Romulus. There's just different. There's a lot of content that I left out there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of potential content that I left out there. So I want to get better about covering more content or producing more content about different topics and just expanding. And I'm almost done. I got 9 seconds left. Still got people in here though. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for coming through. Now we're done. See the workout summary. I did 62 minutes. I did 16 miles. What's that? 276 calories, man. I didn't go too hard. I could have went a lot harder, but that's cardio, baby. In the cardio room. Yeah. Cardio. Shanti, Gati, Poppy. Nigga, you can copy me.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
You
If you still have symptoms after trying a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq works differently. Rinvoq is a once daily pill that can
Zip it up. Yo, this is cool. This is cool. This is funny because I haven't live streamed in a long fucking time. But yo, that's an hour. I'll be live streaming tomorrow at like 1 o'clock Eastern time. Yeah. I'm gonna be live streaming again tomorrow at like 1 o'clock Eastern. But this is gonna be an unreleased track. It's a track I got from a producer. I didn't pay for the track yet. But I'll record it, pay for it later. But anyway, Only_Wallace TV out.